Hey, well, greetings. Welcome to this experiment. I thought I would try this idea of vlogging or making little videos weekly, monthly, whatever it turns out to be. I don't know, sort of like a video diary, but the idea is that if someone becomes interested in designing for life in the project, that I would give little updates as to how it was all evolving, what was happening. I was thinking there's a few different layers. One is kind of things I could speak to. One is the general check-in. I'm always a fan of the general check-in. Then there's actual tangible projects, what's happening on the ground. And then there's all the learning, all the development and stuff behind the scenes type stuff happening on that front. So let me do that. Check-in, overall check-in. I'll try and keep it to 5 minutes. See how we go. The overall check-in, well, it's feeling good. I created the website fairly recently. I'm taking a breath after that, which feels good, just getting a few responses from people out there and the various possibilities in terms of where I develop it from here have emerged. So I'm sitting with that. I'm enjoying feeling centered inside the creative orientation to life at the moment. So rather than reacting to problems or responding to circumstances, more having a sense at the moment of what I want to create, whether it's a podcast or a book or a website or a garden or a beautiful day, enjoying the company of my family. It's feeling pretty good. I mean, it ebbs and flows. I thought I'd mention and part of that mix is designing for life. Just getting it started kind of inspires me to more fully realise the ideas, or strive to do so in my life. Check and tick. God, that's already 2 minutes. On the ground projects. So I had a brilliant session yesterday. I was facilitating a holistic decision-making process with an organic farming co-op who's called HOFCA, Harcourt Organic Farming Co-op. Beautiful group of people. There must be 6 of them. 2 landowners and 4 young farmers, and they're figuring their stuff out. And it's just a real pleasure and honour to work with groups of people beautiful people doing amazing, heartfelt, tangibly great work in the world. So in this case, providing nourishing food in a way that's healing the landscape and in a very community-oriented way, as well as looking to participate in larger shifts in the food system. That was great. Articulating context, explaining the different layers. We supported them to create out of what just came up in the moment a really beautiful statement of purpose, and it's all flowing in a lovely way. In a couple of days, we've got another session at the Steiner School where, as a parent, I'm helping facilitate a process of redesigning, reimagining, recreating the food production gardens, the vegetable gardens. And we've done a lot of work around purpose, aligning around purpose, and we've developed a pattern language along the lines of Christopher Alexander's pattern languages. And it's time to start mapping the site, get out into the site and marking possible configurations out. And so that'll be fun. I'll have to write something up about that project at some point. The East Brunswick Village project, where I've helped with the design of a whole bunch of green spaces, rooftops and podiums and streetscape plantings. That's really powering ahead. Soils being craned up onto rooftops and plants and all sorts of going in. I just sent an email this morning having seen the results from the soil lab we used, talking about what we needed to do to adjust the soil. I think it's 650 cubic meters of soil for optimal plant growth. So that feels good to be on top of that. I've had visited 2 properties, one 20 acres, one like 2 acres in the last week, both about half an hour in different directions from my place. Fresh projects, lovely to meet new people and just get a feel for their land and in a relaxed way support them to take next steps. That's probably the main projects on the go. I'm getting ready for a holistic decision-making 3-day retreat, 2.25 day retreat in Brisbane in a couple of weeks. I'll pop into Melbourne tomorrow. I've got a Veritable Gardens team meeting. That's enough on projects, yeah, more than enough. So in terms of ideas and what's exciting me at the moment, there's lots going on. I'm reading the first volume of, I think, of 5 volumes that a guy called Maurice Nichols wrote. No, Maurice Nicole, I think it is. Anyway, it's called Psychological Commentaries on the Teachings of Ouspensky and Gurdjieff, or something like that. Gurdjieff was this incredible fellow, sometimes described as a rascal saint. And a lot of what he shared, the idea is that he was continuing a lineage, but Gurdjieff's stuff has informed both possibility management, which has had a big impact on me, and living systems thinking, which I've been dipping into more recently. So I'm really interested to go back to the source, and I'm finding this guy's writing style really accessible. I'm excited to be delving into that. I had another 3-hour change agent development community online session with Carol Sanford yesterday. Part of that was I ended up in the fishbowl where she works with me one-on-one and other people watch. And that was fun. I spoke through the Steiner School process I'm part of, and she threw a lot of ideas about answering the question someone else had asked her, how is it that you start to work with, kick off, commence, engaging with a organisation in a regenerative way. I've got a few notes here that I made as she was talking. It'd be good to go back and watch the recording. I mean, she's pretty. One thing she said is she never asks people to evaluate her or the process she's bringing. She shares her way of working, and she also said she doesn't answer questions ever. She doesn't want to give you answers. She wants to support your capacity to ask better questions. And I like that she has a distinction between models and mental models versus frameworks. Frameworks are flexible and open, and their job is to create spaces in which you can ask questions, whereas a model is kind of an assemblage of answers, I guess. And I realised for the first time yesterday that often frameworks can congeal into models, and we can become attached to them. And it's kind of like the map stops serving the territory. We try and make the territory serve the map. So that's good stuff. I had a fantastic catch up with Clinton Callahan and Chloe. I can't pronounce her surname, De Monstre or something. Possibility Management friends and colleagues last week. That was exciting. We're looking at developing a basic web page about whole permaculture, and a few other collaborations are brewing. I've got a podcast recording with Morag Gamble tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. We've had a few non-recorded chats recently, so it's kind of cool. It kind of primes, and we're getting to know each other better and more comfortable, gently challenging each other and whatnot. So I'm pumped about that. Anyway, this is friggin' 8 minutes, so I'll wrap it up. And my plan was just record something, not edit it, just chuck it straight up directly and see how it feels. And depending on how it feels, maybe I'll do another one, maybe I won't. For any human being aside from myself, I mean, I'm not going to watch this actually, so you might be the first human being who's ever actually watched this. Thanks, I guess. I'll catch you later.